Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something really fascinating. How our thoughts directly shape our physical health.
Yeah, it's a powerful concept. We're looking at sources like effective thought on health and the body.
Right, and the main idea is this really strong connection between, well, what's going on in your head and what happens in your body.
Exactly. So the goal for you listening is to kind of grasp how deep this goes and maybe find ways to use it.
Use it for a healthier mind-body link. It's like thinking of the mind as, well, as the body's master control. Okay, let's jump in.
So the central idea is that the body is incredibly responsive, like a servant almost.
A servant to the mind.
Yeah, just taking orders, both the ones we give consciously and the ones we don't even realize, like background processes.
That's quite a thought.
Yeah.
And it has big implications, especially with negative thinking, right?
Oh, definitely. The source makes this pretty bold claim that fear can actually harm you physically, almost like getting injured.
Wow. And it also mentions that if you're constantly afraid of getting sick,
You're more likely to actually get sick. Yeah, it's like your body's listening in on those anxieties.
and prolonged anxiety, it says, just weakens the whole system.
Right, it's demoralizing, is the word used, erodes your defenses.
Ah.
And even unspoken negativity, apparently, hits the nervous system hard.
It really paints a picture of everything being connected.
And totally linked.
But it's not all doom and gloom, is it? There's the flip side.
Thankfully, yes. Strong, pure, happy thoughts. These are presented as building blocks for a vigorous and graceful body.
Vigorous and graceful, I like that. And it talks about the body being plastic.
Yeah, meaning adaptable, highly responsive to whatever thoughts are dominant.
So our mental habits, over time, literally shape us.
That's the core argument. What you consistently think becomes your physical reality, for better or worse.
Which ties into that idea of purity, doesn't it? A clean body comes from a clean mind.
Exactly. A clean heart, as the source puts it. And the opposite, a defiled mind, leads to, a less healthy body.
There's that quote. Something about thought being the source.
Thought is the fount of action, life, and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and all will be pure. Powerful stuff.
It really is. It suggests, then, that just changing your diet or habits isn't enough if the thoughts aren't right.
Precisely. You need that mental shift first, or maybe alongside. The root is in the mind.
So protecting and, I guess, beautifying the mind is key to a healthy body.
That's the takeaway. Guard your thoughts. Because things like malice, envy, disappointment, they don't just feel bad. They apparently are bad for your physical health and even appearance.
It even connects facial expressions directly to thoughts. A sour face, made by sour thoughts.
Right. It doesn't just happen by chance. And wrinkles, too, linked to things like folly, passion, pride.
That's quite specific. It sounds like our faces become maps of our inner lives.
And the source gives these really stark examples, doesn't it?
Yeah, the 96-year-old woman.
With a youthful face, attracted purely to her sweet and sunny disposition.
Compared to the younger man whose face was all drawn from passion and discontent.
It's a very vivid contrast, illustrating the principle in action, like living proof.
It makes you think of the mind as the environment the body lives in.
That's a great way to put it. The source uses an analogy, too, like a house needing fresh air and sunshine.
Our bodies need joyful, calm thoughts to thrive.
Exactly. And those lines on our faces, they tell stories. Were they etched by sympathy or by anger and frustration?
It even mentions the peaceful aging of the righteous.
And the serene death of the philosopher. It connects inner peace directly to how we experience life and even death.
So what's the cure then, according to this?
Well, the best medicine, cheerful thoughts. The best comforter for sorrow, goodwill towards others.
It puts a lot of power back in our hands, doesn't it?
It really does. But it also warns that holding on to negativity, ill will, cynicism, suspicion, envy, it's like building your own prison.
A self-made prison of suffering. Wow.
But there's an escape route.
Which is?
Thinking well of everyone, cultivating cheerfulness, actively looking for the good. These are framed as like portals to peace and well-being.
So the ultimate takeaway for you, listening.
It's that your thoughts aren't just fleeting things. They have real, tangible power over your physical health, your vitality, even how you look.
Your mental habits are constantly sculpting your physical reality.
Pretty much, yeah.
So a final thought to leave you with. What kinds of thoughts are you letting into your mind day after day? Are they building you up or tearing you down? Maybe consider the responsibility we have for our own mental purity, as the source calls it, and how that might be the real key to a vibrant, healthy life. Thanks for joining our deep dive today.